Morning, you guys. I woke up in a lot of pain, but I managed to make breakfast. So I was trying to use my aquafaba. If you don't know what aquafaba is the juice that comes inside of the chickpea slash garbanzo bean can. So when you drain it out, you know, when you drain your chickpeas, the juice or whatever you want to call it that comes out is called aquafaba. Aquafaba can be used as a replacement for eggs. So today I made French toast with French bread, which I've never actually done, and so I use aquafaba. I got bit right here, you guys, sorry. I don't know why I said sorry. Here's how breakfast looks right now. And it was touch and go for a minute, you guys, because it was, you know, I tried to dip it really fast so it wouldn't get soggy, but it still got soggy. So yeah, but I mean, it turned out okay. Breakfast looks nice. No one is out to eat it yet, but yeah. So my positive thought of the day, because I've missed a few days because I've deleted the vlogs because I didn't like the vlogs. My positive thought of the day for today, the 6th or the 7th. It's the 6th or the 7th, and that is for creativity, because I mean, there's so many people out there that teach you how to do so many things with so many ingredients that we probably just cast aside and don't even use. And I was not a big user of aquafaba, but I just started Googling, like, what can I make with aquafaba, and that came up, you know, amongst a mousse, which I'm gonna try to make, and other things. So yeah, I'm grateful for all the creativity out there, and Google for, you know, being able to share these things with the world, because there's not a lot of stuff you can't find on Google, you know what I mean, if you want to research it. Which there's a person I follow by the name of Watermelon Egg Rolls on Instagram, and she said that she doesn't answer questions that you can get from Google. And you know, I understood where she was coming from for that, because a lot of times people don't like to do their own research on things. But if you need to be, you know, guided in a general direction, you need to go outside for something, then that makes sense. You know, you can get help for stuff like that. But if you're just not trying to do it on your own, then that's different. So yeah, so I understood where she was coming from that perspective, because a lot of times my husband does that. He will ask me questions that he can easily Google on his own and do his own research, but he doesn't want to do it, so he has me doing it for him. Yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna figure out what I can do with aquafaba for dinner. I'm not a lunch eater, so that's usually skip for me. And this is there's some peas at the bottom of it, like 2, but this is aquafaba. This came from, I think, 2 cans. Kimana's here. Say hello.
Hi.
So she's gonna come try it. Like I said, it was an ultimate fail in the beginning. So yeah, hopefully it turns out right. I don't know. You know, and if it doesn't, then we just try again.
These pancakes?
Those are the ones you made.
Oh.
Yeah, Kimana's pancakes from yesterday. I put them in the microwave and I forgot that they were there. So they're here still. So whatever anybody wants. But I'm checking out of the kitchen now because I've done what I needed to do. I'm gonna ask Kimana on camera. Kimana, will you detox my hair?
Oh. Why?
Because look at it. Can you see all the residue in there?
Mm-hmm.
So will you detox my hair?
I'm definitely gonna put a lot of syrup on this.
Is it that bad?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You put a lot of syrup on anything, so I guess everything's bad. She drowns everything in syrup, so it's hard to tell. I don't think it's bad though. I tried it myself and it was actually good. It's just a different texture.
Yeah.
And I guess her knowing that it's aquafaba in there, she just, I don't know, but it does not It's not bad. She's just really
Stop.
she's being extra. Aquafaba doesn't have a taste. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Here's Kimana trying the pancake she made on camera.
Yeah, no. It's
So just so you know, this is how she is. She won't even do her own food.
Unless it's coming out of the pan.
You know what? We'll see how she does after the syrup. I'm about to hop in the shower, but before I do, I was thinking to myself, like, I had been talking about getting a house forever for my kids. Not for me, because I wanted to live in a tiny house or a converted bus. Honestly, I see myself sleeping under stars and being out and just being a part of nature, and that's what I want to do. And I hope it becomes a reality. I hope I can share this journey on YouTube. I hope all those things. I'm going to speak it into existence. I'm going to get a converted bus or RV. I'm going to travel. I'm going to sleep under the stars, and I'm going to do this in, how long should I give myself, you guys? Because I'm going to be 39. Let's say 42. That's enough, hopefully. So because my debt free, I wanted to be debt free by 40. I give myself the whole entire year of 40, so it could still go into 2021 until before my birthday, though. That's the only stipulation. By the time I turn 41, I should be debt free. And then secondly, I want the following year to be about my art. Maybe I should get an extra year, because RVs and converter buses are a little expensive from what I'm looking at, and we would still have to convert it, and we would still have to do everything else to it unless they're selling it done like that. And then it sounds like it's gonna be when I'm like 50. But yeah, I'm excited for all the several journeys that I'm gonna set up for myself, because these years coming up, I'm gonna take back my life. I gave up my life, well, not gave up, but I dedicated my life to my kids and to my husband, and now I just want something for me, because my life has been about, since I was young, my life was about my sisters and taking care of my sisters, like full time. And then from there, I started a family. So I've never had like that piece of time that was just mine. And when I did have it, I think it was from like 18 to 19. It really wasn't, because at 18 my mom was still like, you need to come home and get your sisters, and you need to do this, that, and this for your sisters. And then 19 I got pregnant. So yeah, it hasn't really been my life, but I'm gonna reclaim my life. Who was it that was reclaiming their time? I'm doing it too, okay? Reclaiming my time, because why not, right? So I don't know. I can't wait until I can start telling you guys plans, or what I found, or what we've developed, or what's the game plan, because I'm excited. Being stationary just is not exciting to me. And you know, I mean, we could always travel in an RV and rent it, which I think would probably be the first logical step into knowing if you can do it full time, is to like go camping or do something like that. So that's going to be the first step, and I can't wait to bring you guys, because I was telling him as in my husband, kind of sort of husband, that I found like these camping sites out here. They're not in El Paso, they are like in New Mexico and stuff like that, but you can rent tree houses, go in a yurt, like there's so many different options. And he's like, what are you talking about? Which is normally his response to my bright ideas, because he's so him and I'm so me, and we're so different. But I just want him to try to you know, I did a lot of him time. Like I did the whole normal life. I've done everything that he's possibly wanted me to do, and now I want him to do something for me. Like I want him to embrace the lifestyle that I want now, because I did it straight-laced. I did the military thing, which is not something that I had ever planned to do. I've done the staying at home thing. I've done all that stuff, and now I'm like over all of it, and I just want to be free of things. I just braided my hair. It's crazy looking, because there's, first of all, they're still kind of short, and secondly, there's an odd number, so the one here is a twist instead of a freaking braid. But I just wanted it to look a little wavy, so I'm gonna keep them in maybe till my head hurts, I guess, which will probably be like in 15 minutes from now. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I am ready to fly like a bird. No, I'm just playing. I don't know that song. Let me not get started. I'm ready to I'm ready to do me, like what I want to do. And it's gonna take me a little minute to figure out what I want to do, because I'm used to considering us as a unit. We are a unit. Everything that we do, everything that we've done as a family, I think of everyone, because that's how it should be. You're in a family. But as a mom, there's always this guilt, right, where you feel bad for wanting something other than be around your family. You're like, I need a break. I need to be by myself. And I've always felt that guilt for that. I have a friend who was the exact same way, and I used to always tell her, like, girl, it's okay to need a break, but I wouldn't take my own advice. So for like the last 13 years, from when Kimana was 5 all the way till now, I pretty much wasn't having breaks. Right now I'm watching, what's her name? I always forget. I call The Life of Kiara. I feel bad because she's talking about her marriage and stuff, and I watch both of them. I don't know if it's gonna get me in trouble, but I watch both of them. And you know, the other day he made a post about, I guess, liking younger people, or I don't know what it was, but I remember a vlog from them a long time ago. It showed when they first met, and to me, when I saw it, I saw like how he could fall in love with her and how they could fall in love with each other. They just seemed like they had so much fun. I know that lifetime, like when you get kids and stuff like that, like life changes. All me and Kevin ever really known is the moment we met and we had kids, you know what I mean? Because I met him in June of 99. I got pregnant in November of 99. So all we've known is our lives with kids, and kids being a priority. We didn't have that piece of time where we didn't have kids, and they were kind of in the same situation as us, where they met and then there was a small piece of time and then they had kids. So life sometimes takes you away from each other because you have to focus on things that take precedence, the priorities. Kids are the priority in a relationship, especially when they're very young. They come first, and you should make your marriage a priority too. But being a military family and trying to make your marriage a priority and come first, a lot of times you're not in the same city or state or whatever as somebody that you trust. So I was in the city where I grew up when we were a military family, and I still didn't trust people. So I kept my kids with me probably like 90% of the time, and I had my mom watch the kids so we can go to movies every now and again or do something like that. It wasn't like on a constant basis at all. But I couldn't imagine being somewhere like she was in Alaska with her family and not being able to trust somebody with your kids. And so you can't have that time. Did my rubber band break? You don't have that time where you can be together and reconnect to one another and have those moments in time with one another. So I felt for her and her situation. Watching a marriage, relationship, or whatever fall apart is horrible, and that's why I don't like when people on YouTube play with that kind of stuff, because it's serious. There's families out here breaking up in front of a camera right now, and people are watching for sheer entertainment value of it, and it's not entertainment. It's not entertaining to watch a mother and father split up their families and having to be in different places and not live together under the same roof, and kids not understanding fully what's happening. None of that stuff is fun. So to anyone that fakes that and puts their kids in the middle of faking that, I don't like. That's not cool for me. So but I watch them, and I've seen her husband go from very irate to now he's coming to a place where he's understanding more, I think, and looking at himself more, it takes a lot of self-reflection on both parties when you're going to split up. And it takes a lot of self-reflecting to see what roles each of us would play in this situation. So what did I bring to the table that made our marriage not work? What did he bring to the table that didn't make our marriage work? And is it something that is fixable, or is it something that is not, you can't work through it? You know what I mean? So those are the things that you got to think about in a marriage. Sometimes you have to walk away for your own sanity and for your own good, but everyone's breaking point is different, and you can't judge one person for having a different breaking point than you. Okay, so if your breaking point is 10 years down the road, but someone else's is 5 years down the road, that it doesn't change anything. It just, all it is her breaking point was, or his was sooner, and you shouldn't judge someone based on where their breaking point is. You know what I mean? And you also shouldn't judge somebody if they get back with their husband or wife or whatever after a breakup, because there's a lot of history there, and it takes a lot to walk away from a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot to walk away from a relationship, and it takes a lot to come back to a relationship. You know what I mean? It's just, it's hard, and I don't think a lot of people realize these are real life people, and that they're going through real life things. I send a lot of positive energy out to YouTubers for sure that I know that are going through it, and that is the life of Kiara and Ming for King. So I do want to send a lot of positive energy out to both families, because I know right now they're going through a lot of emotional distress. And when you're used to coming on camera and talking in front of a group of people, I mean, you're talking to yourself, but you know what I mean? Like, it goes out to a group of people, and you're used to that, then people are like, oh, you're coming on here for views, but I think you're just used to it. It was something that was a hobby that turned into a lifestyle. It's your career, and sometimes you need to vent, and sometimes, you know, the people in the comment section have something valuable to bring to that, to say something very valuable to you. Other times they don't consider your feelings at all. Me, I would not ever bash a husband or a wife. I couldn't see myself doing that. And like I said, I commented to Desmond, and I told him, I could see how you fell in love with her. You know, I could see how you fell in love with her free spirit and her caringness and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, you know. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with evolution of a relationship. And sometimes when you're evolving as a person, you grow apart from the person that you've been with, and it's not bad necessarily. I think one thing he failed to realize about Kiara is that she was young. I think he understood that part, but she was very young, coming from her mom's house. I was 19 and 20 with my husband as well, and so you don't really get to go through the same growing pains when you go to become a parent. You kind of fall in line with what the relationship requires at the time. So I don't think he realized that she was going to grow into her own and become her own person. She hadn't had that opportunity, because she went from her parents' house to his house. So there was no in the middle, and that's exactly what happened to me. Is there was no in the middle part of you coming into your own and then getting into a relationship. I went from my mama's house to my husband's house. Well, not our house. So I didn't have any in between, where I was on my own, living my own life, doing my own thing. So coming into your own is, you have to do that. You have to grow. And then sometimes you realize that things that you were putting up with you don't want to anymore, or things that are going on in the relationship you don't like, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with it. I just, at the end of the day, would hope that a friendship emerges if they don't get back together. Hopefully they can laugh and be those people I saw on that first video of them, where they were laughing and enjoying each other. I don't know how I got on this subject. And I honestly don't like making commentary about other YouTubers at all. But if she ever did see this, I hope she doesn't take it negatively or anything like that. That was not my intention when speaking on it. I think it was just because I'm watching her live right now and she is speaking about going to marriage counseling, which I'm all for. However, whatever helps the communication between a couple, you know, I'm all for that. The last thing I want to see are YouTube families falling apart, especially Life of Kiara was the first vlogging family I've ever watched, and I grew attached to her family really quickly, and from there it led me to so many other vlogging channels that I guess I don't know how they relate, but I still follow them today, like Strong Mommy Chrissy, and I don't know who else. I had to unsubscribe from a couple people. But yeah, I find it really crazy that a lot of, like, Ming for King and Kiara are going through something similar right now. There's a lot of YouTubers that are going through a similar situation, and I just hope that it gets all figured out. Whether we know about it or not, it doesn't matter. And whether they decide to put it on camera or not, it doesn't matter. We don't need every update in their life. And some things, if they choose to keep them private, I'm okay with it, you know, because I think sometimes we do need that to keep that private. But I hope, and my hope for both families, or any family that's going through any turmoil at this point, I first off want to send positive energy in your direction, and I hope that, you know, things get better. It's gonna cut off because it's gonna be 23 minutes, so let me stop it. Don't let outsiders dictate what goes on inside your marriage, okay? You can always seek counsel from other people, but make sure they're a sound body and someone that could be neutral in the situation. Unless it's something detrimental like abuse, then get out. But if it's something that is possibly could be worked out, work it out if you want to. But if you don't, you know what I mean? Don't let other people decide that for you. Let that be your own decision between you and your spouse, or whether you feel like you're done, it's your decision. And that's all I wanted to say. A lot of times we try to seek counsel from people that are not in our position, haven't been in our shoes, and they have no idea what's going on with us. So even though people are quick with the leave them, you need to leave them, you need to drop them, you need to go, and that's something they probably wouldn't do themselves, but they advise other people to do that. And you don't know about a person's history, struggles, whatever the case may be. There's a family involved. You cannot take it lightly. You literally cannot take stuff like that lightly. When there's kids, there's family, there's whatever involved. Don't take it lightly. Please don't just get up and leave. Like, think for a minute before you do it. But yeah, and please don't take other people's just leave them girls or leave them guys thing going on either, because they're not in your shoes. They don't know what you're going through. So work it out however you need to. And that's the one thing I dislike about YouTube. There are a lot of opinions out there, and there's a lot of people who feel a certain type of way about things, but they're not putting themselves in the person's shoes, and they're quick to call somebody stupid if they take their husband back, or you know what I mean? Like, no, nobody's dumb. Just nobody knows what their situation is. 20 minutes can't tell you something about somebody's life. A 15-minute vlog can't tell you about somebody's life. We're picking out little tiny pieces of our lives to share throughout the day, you know, and that's it. It's not like, I don't know. I tend to go on tangents a lot, you guys. A lot. I went from tiny living to a whole thing, but I was just watching her video, and I just wanted to say, I just wanted to put it out there that I see families breaking up, and I feel sad for each and every one of those families going through it that I'm watching that are having these problems, because I spent a year separated from my husband. I didn't consult a soul about it either. I made that decision on my own, and I spent a year separated from him. He lived in the barracks, which is like housing through the military. He lived in the barracks, and my kids would go visit him on a regular, and I would invite him over for Sunday dinners, and the kids thought it was amazing because at that moment when I made that decision, I said to myself, I don't want them to see us arguing in front of them anymore. And much to like Kiara's situation, I don't know if I want to discuss it in just this video alone, but anyways, I had a similar situation as Kiara, and I guess maybe I see a younger me when I look at her sometimes, because a lot of things that she had been through, I had been through. Anyways, it was better at that point. It was better for us to be apart and not be arguing and fussing in front of them. There was just a point where our communication could not move anymore. It wasn't movable. So I told him, like, we can't live together. We wasn't getting divorced, but we wasn't going to be together. And he moved to the barracks and gave us that space for a year. And it, you know, and we're here now because we took that space. If we didn't take that space, who knows what could have happened, and we probably could have been divorced. But however you choose to deal with your situation, deal with it, okay? Because I know if I had consulted my family, consulted his family, consulted my aunts, consulted my uncles, everyone would have had a different opinion about how I handled a situation. Some people would have thought I was stupid. Some people would have thought, but I didn't care. I was like, I know what's best for me, my kids, and my marriage, so I'm gonna do it the way I see fit. And I hope everybody takes any of our opinions or thoughts with a grain of salt, because who are we at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Who are we that we have any kind of jurisdiction on your lives and what you do in your life? So that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, but I definitely can relate to her. I can definitely relate to why she left too. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I understood her. This is going to be so long, but I just wanted to say that I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. In case I don't come back on here, we're supposed to be going to downtown today to write, okay, on this switching gears, write on this board or something, because El Paso wanted our opinion on what to do downtown. Their downtown is very different than what I'm used to. But first off, let me put it like this: San Diego's downtown had changed a lot too. Like, they lost a lot. Like, me and Kevin used to love going to Sam Goody downtown. It was gone. And we used to listen to music there. They used to have the headsets and you could sit down and listen to music, and Kevin and I spent so much time there listening to music. I don't think he's as much of a music person as me, and as like I'm not as much of a movie person as he is. So he's more into movies and I'm more into music. But yeah, like, I would talk about albums dropping and he would talk about movies dropping. We were quite different in those ways, but he would sit there in the Sam Goody. He liked listening to the stuff too, and we would spend hours there. So I missed it when it was gone. When I went downtown, I don't know why we were downtown, but when I went there, I saw that Horn Plaza, like the front part of it, was like disappearing bit by bit, chomping at the bits. Then I think they said they were selling it, and I was like, well, whoa. And then, like, even my little Seaport Village, okay, we used to go on Fridays. I used to go on Fridays and go get a margarita and have date night by the water at Seaport, and I miss it so much. I miss all that. And it's not that I miss. I do miss that, but I miss connecting to my husband. I miss having that time that was just ours, you know. It was before grinds. It was before second and third and fourth jobs. It was before all that. It was just our time, a Friday night to go and chill out and have a margarita before Cipro, before he got sick, before the car accident. It was just our time. I feel like the biggest freaking crybaby these days, and I don't know why. I'm drinking too much water, I'm overhydrated, and tears come out of my eyes. Water comes out of my eyes. But yeah, lately all I do is cry, and I don't know. I guess it's just a lot going on, and I cry. I'm very emotional these days, and usually I'm not, but now I'm just like, I thought after April it's gonna be done, but we're a week into May and I'm still a crybaby. So dude, I need to get myself together. Anyways, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being the best part of my day, and I will see you in the next video. I don't think I'm that hydrated though. Just on the ending note, because I feel like gritty. Well, everything feels dry right now in these streets. Gotta like Aquaphor my face or something, because it's dry AF up in my face. But I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And I don't know what I was gonna say, but I will talk to you later. Bye.